Was one last question before we leave. I do want to ask you, with all the feedback that I did provide for you, how do you think? What did you think of the feedback first? What's the first question?
I absolutely, completely agree with everything that you said, and as I was reflecting, some of the things that you did mention, they did come to mind, especially in terms of the pacing. As I stated earlier, I felt that was one of the things that could have been improved, and I think that the pacing was the way that it was because there was a lot of teacher talk, and I could have moved it more towards students dominating the conversation and stepping back to really truly just facilitate. So I agree with everything that you gave.
Okay, so how do you think you could practice this? What I discussed as the higher order question thinking, as well as the second with having more student talk and more facilitation. How do you think you can incorporate with that within the next lesson?
Well, honestly, I think that if I focus on the questioning and preparing them ahead of time and planning where I will put them into the lesson, that would alleviate the second part. I think that they go hand in hand, because if you think about the role of a facilitator, one way that a facilitator operates is they keep the conversation moving through questioning, and so they go hand in hand. And so if I focus more so on not thinking that I have to get this in their mind and questioning and bringing things out of them, they're going to be able to have higher order thinking, and they are going to, in a sense, almost be forced to be conversational because I'm drawing out with that questioning. And so I think that both of the things you mentioned, they go hand in hand. And so what I'm going to do moving forward is actually use the DOK, looking at Bloom's taxonomy, things like that, to help me formulate questions on the front end so that I'm intentional and I remember to ask them and embed them throughout the lesson. So.
Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Okay.
And that's why I did provide you the STEM.
Yes,
because I wanted to make sure that you came to the conclusion of where to be intentional with the questioning and to place the questioning into the lesson during preparation. And when you do that, you are able to make sure and guarantee that the questions are higher order, and you're able to make sure that you have more facilitation and less teacher talk, so the students are able to be the teachers themselves. Well, excellent. You summed it up. You made it very easy.
Yes. Well, thank you, Mrs. Bivens, because just having you to ask the questions, it has helped me to just step back and be even more reflective about the lesson and plan accordingly as I move forward with this unit.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ms.
Thank
Wood.
you, Mrs. Bivens.